Hello, another Facebook Live with BMW Group's cultural engagement, this time from Egypt, this time from Cairo, from Art d'Egypt, late October, happening for the third year since 2017. I'm sitting right next to Nadine Abdel Ghaffar, the founder and curator of this amazing Art Egypt. We also have, and I'm proud to say, a great artist with us by the name of Sherin Guirguis. Sherin, I think your art is currently up at the Minnesota Museum of American Art. That was actually traveling from the LA Folk Museum to Tahrir Cultural Center here in Cairo. So you're all over the place at the moment, but you're also here at Art Egypt. What is Art Egypt?
So Art Egypt is a platform that has been up for 3 years. Every year we merge our heritage with contemporary art to showcase contemporary art in Egypt, which is not really shown. We don't have any cultural institutions that can show this and make it accessible to the public. So this year, we're under the auspices of the Ministry of Antiquities, and for the first year, we received the patronage of the UNESCO.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Reimagining narratives. That is the theme of what you bring together. 28 amazing artists that we'd see at different venues here in ancient Cairo city. How did you get in here?
So what was very intriguing is that every year we set the benchmark higher. So this year we wanted to be within a community. So historic Cairo and Shara El Mu'izz, where we are here today, is the longest lived-in street in Egypt. It's 1,050 years old. People live here around us. You see the houses. So as you saw, people walking around, there's shops, coffee shops. So it's an extended history of 1,050 years, and today those amazing contemporary artists are reimagining their own narrative and writing it on the walls of these spaces.
Sherin, as we have art just around the corner, why don't we get up, look at your work, talk about your work. We're all curious to see what it is that you have installed here at another amazing space.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nadine, where is it that we're going now? What's the
So
next venue?
now we're leaving the House of the Judge, Maq'ad Mamai. We're going to Qa'at Muhibb el-Din, and this is hilarious because that was a whole house, and whatever is left is what we're going to see now.
Yeah.
It's just one hall where they used to have all the music performances and any events, and the women were not allowed to be there on the ground floor.
So that was for men only?
For men only,
Okay.
and the women would go up and watch from the Mashrabeya. And now the space is taken over by 3 amazing female Egyptian artists,
Of which you're one.
of which is one, and this
So the
amazing
floor only for
dialogue
men is now filled with art by women
by
only.
women only.
What an achievement. Thank you. Let's go and check it out. So without further ado, let's look at your art, please. So the space we're entering now has something to do with with Sherin's work, right? Which is right here.
You can see the Mashrabeya.
Yeah.
Sherin, it's if you let me touch it, it's like this is a kinetic sculpture as well, so you can actually move it. What is it that we're looking at here? Because you spoke once of the politics of ornamentation. How does that resonate with the space that you're presenting your work in?
Well, part of the project that I've been doing has to do with the way that women's bodies were moving in private and public spaces. So the idea that we're sitting in a space where women were not allowed. You can see up high the harem, where the women could only see the events and the music from behind the mashrabeya. And the ornaments around this mashrabeya, the decorative elements, really contain the politics of separation between private and public spaces and masculine and feminine spaces. During this period, the women would usually cover themselves, were in the street, except the earrings and the jewelry would sometimes pop out. And as they move through the street, they move, and it becomes a kind of agency and power, empowerment of the Egyptian woman in public space. And so I recreated this to the scale of the power that I imagined of the woman moving. And that's why when visitors come by, they can touch the piece, they can interact with it, and it rocks back and forth. and it has this kind of hypnotic and beautiful kind of dance that the body does.
And you spoke in your work earlier also that there's talking about reimagining narratives, that a veil, for example, can also be a cultural choice and not so much a religious choice, because you have a lot of Christians here that still are wearing veils, for example. That is what I found truly amazing in terms of how this artwork really becomes alive by embedding it. And I know it was a huge effort on your part to bring all of this together here in this ancient part of Cairo. I know you cannot claim it, but I'm going to say it. I think what we're looking at here, and maybe you agree, is really curatorial activism. It's really, people have said that Art Egypt is an art movement. I would love to agree with this.
Yes.
Wouldn't you?
I would say, I kept thinking last night as we were walking through, watching the public interact with work, once you take work outside of the white box and into site specificity, into public space, it really is transformative. So for me, this project, this Art Digi project, transforms the way that we interact and live with art every day.
Nadine, Jimmy, we have to thank you for turning this into a great Facebook Live. This is it from Egypt. If you're around, please come and visit Egypt, because it's definitely worth it. From us three, it's bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.